Sup, Nerdmigos? Jive talking to John Norgrove. We've got Wife here, and today we're going to review Cannon Busters, which is a 2019 summer release on Netflix. So it's a Netflix anime. There are like 12 episodes in it. It's based on a fantasy comic book series by LaShawn Thomas.
Ooh.
It's actually really good.
It was really good.
I'm going to be honest with you. We put it on
just as background sound while we were both working, and we had a hard time having it only be background sound.
Yeah. It was it was absolutely fantastic. Okay, so brief synopsis of the story. What happens in the story?
There's like a robot girl, and she has a little teeny robot friend who helps her like fix things, and they find Philly the Kid, who's someone who ends up being immortal and is also like a gunslinger in this like futuristic Western, like cyberpunk kind of land. Yeah, post-apocalyptic future Western cyberpunk. There's so many descriptors.
It's very vast.
And then they have a bunch of adventures is basically it.
Okay. So that's sort of true. Yes. Yeah.
What do you mean sort of? It's definitely true.
It's sort of true. Okay. So in general, the plot of the story is that, well, you can't see us. Sorry. That was the American flag.
An American flag in the front, and it's like right next to where the camera is. And it's never really windy here, except for just now when the spirit of America decided to
guys,
censor us.
America. No. Okay. So the main chick, her name is Sam. She's like a friendship robot. Mm-hmm. All right, and she's looking for a prince. The prince of the country that she's originally from, who was attacked, and her and the prince got separated. What the heck ever, right? So there's two like storylines moving side by side in this franchise, or in the series. There's one of the prince and the head of the Kingsguard. His name is Odin, and they are trying to get to this like unimpenetrable fortress.
Unimpenetrable would mean that it would be easy.
It's easily to penetrate. Well, yeah. We'll come to find out.
It's supposed to be an impenetrable fortress.
It's moderately not penetrable fortress. Allegedly, though,
not
mostly unpenetrable.
Mostly.
So he is heading there.
Much.
He is like an angsty brat, and then learns that like hard work and eating on the road and hunting is a tool that you should be able to have as an adult.
As opposed to having everybody fawn all over you and things just happen.
So that's his story. That's the B plot. The A plot is Sam is trying to get to him, but all she can do is ask people for friends. She is functionally useless as a character, except for comedic fucking timing. Right?
She's
so
fantastic.
All she does is walk, oh, hey, my name's Sam. Can we be friends? Hey, my name's Sam. Can we be friends? Hey, my name's Sam. At one point in time, you see her scrolling through her friends, and it's mostly just wild animals she walked up to.
It's so cute.
And talked to.
Because she's so pure, and she just wants to be everyone's friend.
Well, she's a robot, so she's programmed to. She's not pure. She's evil.
That's not.
But.
No, but she has a soul.
That doesn't matter. Evil people can have souls.
I guess, but she's so cute.
What are you talking about? Bad people have souls.
Stop it with your logic, your science.
I don't have any focal care for cuteness as a thing. So she's mostly just kind of an annoying bitch to our main character, which is great because she's trying to be nice and he's trying to be badass.
And
those two things don't really cross. But so she becomes friends with a fixer droid, which is like a tiny little thing.
Yeah.
And then she becomes friends with this Philly the Kid, who has been cursed by a witch to be immortal, and every time he dies, it gets counted on his body. Let me tell you what, he starts at like 19 at the beginning of the show, and he gets to like fucking 40 by the end or something, right? It's been a couple of days, so I don't remember the exact, but we watch him die like 20 times. And
so many deaths.
time, is different and amazing. Yeah. This guy, he gets so murdered. It is crazy town, right? But hey, who cares, right? He's immortal. So that's those three teaming up, and then they on their adventures to try to get to this castle. By the way, she wants to get to the castle to meet the prince because she knows that's where the prince is going, and apparently Philly the Kid knows where this castle is. I mean, like, in the long run, he does, but boy, howdy. Most of the time, I was like, this motherfucker's lying. And he's like, all he wants to do is, like, drink and fight shit and start stuff. And there's, like, a running joke that he smells bad, which is weirdly childish for as violent a show this is.
But it's also seems to be unfounded. Because everybody jokes about him smelling bad, but no
everybody
one
says that he smells bad.
Do they? I felt like it was all a joke.
Everyone says it.
Okay, that's
so either everyone's in on it, which again, listen, very plausible, right? Yeah. Either everyone's in on it, or this guy stinks a lot, and he's the only one who doesn't believe it.
Yeah,
because he doesn't really address it. I don't think we watch him bathe once.
Well, we don't watch any of them bathe.
Well, I mean, we don't see him specifically bathe for being told to bathe. More than once, like at least 3 times.
There is not an onsen scene as there typically is with anime, or a beach episode. So we don't really know. Does he bathe? Does he not bathe?
He doesn't.
Probably not.
Because the couple 3 times we get to see him have the opportunity to bathe, right? Where he's like hitting on some bartender, and she's like, maybe you get a bath first, and he's like, all right, that's a great idea. And then he goes upstairs to head to the bath, and then like shit happens and he's not able to have a bath.
Yeah, he does also have a super cool car. And his car has a name, and the name of the car is Bessie. And that's because Bessie turns from a ridiculous two-story
like 4-car length long convertible pink Cadillac,
into a mecha bull. Not mega, like mecha robot bull. Well, it is both because it's very large.
It's like 40 feet tall, and it's like a Red Bull. It's what do they call it?
Which is not the same color as the car.
Oh yeah, the car is like
the car
pink,
is like
pink.
Bubblegum pink.
Like pink, yeah. 50s pink, right? But the bull is red, and it's Raging Bull mode. Okay, so there's a lot of little gimmicks in this show that do a really good job, right?
Yeah.
So like the car, it takes a quarter to drive the car around.
Yeah.
There's like an arcade slot machine.
Yeah, and they put like a coin in there.
You put in a quarter, right? And then you can drive the car around and whatever. But if you put in 4 quarters, you go to Raging Bull mode.
Yeah.
Which means that there is a constant and ever-present lack of fucking quarters.
It's hilarious
for them to be able to
because
do
they'll be
what they need to.
What about these? And you're like, where did this robot get these quarters?
Also, low-key, Bessie the giant robot car is homies with the little girl. With the little girl robot, the fixer robot. She's like this big.
She's like a gnome.
So
she's tiny.
Yeah. It's a little girl robot.
Yeah.
And there's that whole thing. I mean, like the show really touches on all of the like post-apocalyptic sci-fi, gunslinger, anime, cybernetic, do machines have souls? It touches on all of the morals.
It also touches into friendship and like your perceived worth with people. It's not like a show that's preaching at you, but the way that the story unfolds for each individual
forces
character,
you to ask these questions.
It really forces you to ask these questions. There's one episode in particular that was full of all of the feels where the little fixer robot girl gets separated from them and is talking to another fixer robot, and this other fixer robot just kind of convinces her that she's worthless because she's old and she's outdated, and why would people need her? And it was really heartbreaking to watch this particular episode. But there's other episodes that are like super funny. There's one where America freedom
break. All right, we're back from our freedom break, guys. America.
But there's one where the robot, the friendship robot girl is also, this is actually the same episode now that I think about it. In this same episode, she gets separated, so all 3 of them are operating, trying to find each other, and there's this guy in this seedy town who thinks that she's a prostitute robot, but she's not. But she had just recently been taught how to insult people, which is just hilarious. And this guy,
she's mean. She's like really viciously and poignantly mean,
you're just like,
about her insults because she
wow.
thinks that's how like
Shots
friends
fired.
are supposed to be insulted.
Yeah, because she has a bad, influence of a friend as Philly the Kid. So this guy thinks she's a prostitute robot and takes her back to all of his friends so that they can all presumably use the prostitute robot. And she just starts insulting them. And finally, Philly the Kid finds him. He's all upset. He's ready to like blow people up.
He like gets in like guns blazing. He's like, boom, boom, we're ready to rock and roll, and they're just on the ground laughing, like
all these
comedy
like
club style.
seedy like thugs and like ne'er do wells are like just rolling, and she's just sitting in a chair, prim and proper, and is like, "You look like you've never had hair,"
She's just like
the most ridiculous
it's
things.
so absurd.
It's so
absurd.
good.
The show does a really good job jumping back and forth between like action and
comedy
drama
and feeling
and the greater like profound. You can feel the like true core of sci-fi.
Yeah.
Above anything else, I would call this a sci-fi anime, just because of its intelligence and its themes and stuff. But it's
highly recommend. We ended up watching it with English subs and English dubs because we were both doing other things, so that we could pay attention because neither of us are fluent in Japanese. But it was really good, even for those of you who are like subs for life. Dubs for life. It applies to everyone.
All anime's worse in English than it is in Japanese, but because I'm having
this
to
one
work,
was good.
I can't listen to Japanese and type in English. Like, it's just my brain won't handle that.
But it was really great. It was.
Really fast. And we tore through it in like a single day.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it's not a very long show. So if you can put something on in the back, if you're like a background music or background show sort of worker where you don't have to pay too much attention to the show, then highly recommend. If not, just throw it on a weekend. It is. I feel like it's definitely not kid friendly. Because
it is definitely not
thematically, it's like it's got a lot of like the prostitutes, and obviously it's got like guns and shit, but whatever.
And like people die.
Who cares about any of that? It's not gory. There's blood, but it's not gory.
Yeah, I guess.
It's gory if you're a robot. Holy shit,
for kids. Unless you were me as a kid,
swearing.
Because I would have definitely watched this as a kid.
It's just,
and I would have loved it.
And so there's not swearing and there's not gore. Whatever.
There's
if you don't want to show your
sex,
kid guns, like, who cares?
But there are sexual
the problem
themes
is that there's
undertones.
prostitution and there's gambling, which whatever about gambling, but there's prostitution, there's gambling, there's literally like a fucking butcher's farm scene in it.
Yeah, there's
which
like
is
cannibals.
Absurd. There's a scene where this lady's like sharpening knives, and there's a bunch of like skinless dudes hanging up, and she's just like talking to her daughter like, "Oh, I'm gonna make you a new dress out of this guy's dope tattoo skin."
So this is probably not an anime you want to watch with your kids, unless you want to have a lot of conversations about stuff.
But if your kid was like,
if your kid is too little to understand any of this stuff,
they're probably
or
fine.
old enough to understand a lot of this stuff, it's probably fine.
Yeah.
Any of that middle age where they ask questions.
When do you learn about flesh-eating prostitution rings? Like 12?
Ooh, I don't know.
I feel like because of the internet, you could probably show this to a kid at like 15. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no fucking clue how ratings work. And,
we don't know
any of that
shit.
shit.
We have dogs.
So
our dogs watch all of this stuff with us.
It's not dog friendly. Nah, it's totally
It was dog friendly.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we have had that issue before where animes have or video games have like a dog making a noise in it, which
and
is
our dogs are just
they can't handle it. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. A side story: we watched this Let's Play where they were playing this game, and
it was the Blair Witch game.
It was the new Blair Witch game we were watching on Super Beard Bros.
Yeah.
There's a scene where the dog is like whining and trying to get you to follow it, and it's
and
this,
you have
like
to follow
it's
the
towards
dog.
the end of the game, and you're like everything's kind of wobbly and like crazy magical Blair Witchiness, and you're having to follow this dog, and the dog is like popping in and out of your vision, but also like making this whining noise that you can kind of follow down this sort of linear path.
Our dogs were not okay.
So fucking concerned. They were like not at all okay.
So
with
not.
it, dude.
Well, actually, no. So we have 3 dogs.
Well,
we have
Hella wasn't
one
here at the time.
Oh yeah, that's right. We only had 2 at the time. So we now have 3 dogs. But at the time, we had a Jack Russell Terrier, and she's 13. Her name is Kasha, and she just hates everything. She's an angry little old girl, and it is
real bitch.
She did not care. She was just playing with her toy, doing her thing,
She might
did
be
not
deaf.
care. But our
blind.
German Shepherd, who is the sweetest boy, Fen loves everything.
Yeah.
He wants
Dude, he was
to,
like at the
he
fucking
was
TV,
like
just
at
like
the TV. He thought that this dog was
he's
outside.
running over to
He's
us
like
and like
trying to go
poking
outside.
at us,
He's like
and then
poking
running
at
into the
us.
kitchen
He
past
wants
the
to
TV.
check and make sure he needs to
Oh,
go to
it
the
was fucking
rooms behind where the
heartbreaking,
TV.
dude. It was fucking
it was so
heartbreaking.
hard. Our
Yeah.
boy was just like, someone's in trouble and I need to help them.
Yeah. So it's not, you don't have to deal with that. I know that's an off-brand aside, but it's not the fucking point. Still,
Yeah.
Either way, you know what, man? Especially if you're an anime fan, if you like action anime,
Yeah.
if you like mech anime,
If you like mech.
if you want sci-fi.
Yeah.
In all reality, if you just
If
like
you like
good
gunslinger stuff.
gunslinger stuff, it's the action set pieces are really well done. It's
Yeah.
done in a very 90s style of animation, so it doesn't have that like shitty
like
CGI thing
computer-generated
that
kind of
Netflix
stuff.
did with
Yeah.
a lot of their like first run anime.
Yeah.
So this one's a lot better for that. I mean, all in all, it really is a fantastic
Yeah,
anime.
it was
I
absolutely
thoroughly
fantastic.
enjoyed it.
We're probably going to do some cosplay from it in the future when all of this is over and you
yeah,
can do
real talk.
conventions
Yeah,
again.
we have talked about doing
So
that.
we're
That'd be super
probably going to
fun.
do a cosplay for it. So look forward to that in,
Yeah.
what, 6 to 18, 22 months?
Yeah. I would out of 4 coins necessary to go Raging Bull mode, I would give this all 4 coins.
I would go all 4 coins.
I would give this all 4 coins.
I would
4 out
go
of 4
so far
coins.
as to say 4 coins and a dime. It was super good.
Now that fucked up the machine that one time.
Oh, that did.
There was even
4 coins
the Bitcoin fucks up the arcade
yeah, that's
game
right. That's
episode.
right. 4
so,
coins and a wooden quarter
yeah, and a wooden
and
nickel.
a wooden nickel. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was
It was fantastic.
It was really good. The action
Yeah.
set pieces were amazing. The animation was amazing. The story was good. It does not conclude at the end, so there will
because
have to
it
be
is
a
an
second
anime. It's
season
only
or
one
something.
season, so hopefully it gets another season because we'd really like to see another season.
Yeah, we would. Yeah. So I mean, that would be good. But yeah, overall, give it a watch.
Yeah.
Let us know below if you've seen it.
That's right.
If you
Let
can
us
think of
know
another
if you
anime.
have anything that you'd like us to watch.
Yeah,
And
yep. We'll
think
review
we'd like.
more anime. We've watched a little bit of Netflix anime. I'm kind of trepidatious about it.
He's very judgy.
I'm
about
super
Netflix
judgy about anime. I've watched a lot of anime. Like whatever the amount too much is, and then multiply that by 10. So add a 0 at the end.
That's
of too
probably
much.
accurate. That's
So
probably
too much.
accurate. Yeah.
But
Anyway.
yeah, either way, I've been John Norgrove. This has been Wife. We were talking about Cannon Busters,
Yep.
the Netflix animated series.
So comment, like, share, subscribe, do the usual thing, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers.